My friend John Waltz, who's now a VP of sales at P&G, he's a quarter Filipino, so that's why this is relevant here. So yeah, there we go, Filipinos in the house, absolutely. I love that he's quoting this by Ezra T. Benson. This is a beautiful quote, that pride is concerned with who is right, humility is concerned with what is right. Sometimes office politics can wear us out, and Asians don't tend to necessarily swim in that water as well, because a lot of these institutions were built by white, cis-het white males, right? Not good, not bad, but the farther away you are from that, it's sort of vibrating at a different frequency from you, right? For us, though, I think it is a little difficult to navigate, and we could always be worried about who's going to mess us over and worry about office politics, but I find it's better just to trust people, and occasionally the price you'll pay for that is you will get burnt. But the other way to go about it, if you're constantly suspicious, is to live in constant suspicion. And I feel like that causes me way more stress than every now and then maybe getting burnt. So another one is streamlining your decisions. I found so much of anxiety comes from decision making, or really the lack of decision making or indecision. One of the smartest people I know, Dan Barry, got a PhD in microbiology. He said this to me. He goes, just pick one. You have two decisions. If you're agonizing this much, they must both be good decisions. So just pick one and leave me alone. He's very introverted. So he was like, okay, just make a decision. Because there's a difference between making a good decision and making a decision good. Those are two different things. You can have that mindset again. Now, if it's between a good and a bad decision, it should be fairly easy to make. And I'm not saying you won't make the wrong decision, but generally, another way to look at it is, does one option eliminate the other? My best friend lives in Seattle. He's from Cincinnati, and he was trying to figure out, do I move back to Cincinnati or do I stay in Seattle? And he was really torn about this. And I go, well, if I eliminated one of those options, which one would hurt you more? If I said to you right now, you have to leave Seattle, or if I go, you were stuck in Seattle, which one scares you? He goes, oh my God, I would hate to have to leave here. I go, there's your decision. And he ended up staying. He goes, at the end of the day, that helped me make a decision. If you took it away from me, I felt like, oh, that's the one I really wanted after all. And sometimes there's this idea of, there's a song by The Clash, should I stay or should I go? Sometimes one option eliminates the other. He could keep staying, and he always has the option of going, but once he leaves, it's hard to go back. That's another way to think about decisions. And a strategy, of course, I'm a writer, so of course I'm going to tell you about writing. Sit down and journal about your decisions that you're going to make. And stop asking yourself why. Ask yourself what. When you ask yourself why, it's a judgment. Why am I feeling this way? You can get there eventually, but start with what. Because when you say, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling this way? You're just putting a lot of pressure on yourself to come up with why. But if you just go, what am I feeling? What am I feeling right now? You just write it out, and you'll find that it lead you to the why. It's kind of like how I give people advice now. I don't say should anymore. I really try to avoid saying should. You know what you should do? Because you say should, it sounds judgmental. It sounds like a command, like I'm telling you, here's what you should do. You should do this. But if I say, here's what you could do, people's ears open up. They're like, oh my God, it's giving me options. I might be able to do this. It opens up some possibilities. Instead of should, say could, and treat yourself that way too. This is Seth Godin. He's one of the big people in marketing. He said, it's dangerous to define yourself by only your successes. I'm a freelancer now, and some months are way better than others. And we only do the math. We do the math only in good months. Make $20,000 this month, you go, oh my God, 20,000 times 12, I'm gonna make almost $250,000 this year. Nobody does that in the months where you make $0. No one goes, I'm making 0 times 12. I'm gonna make $0 this year. You don't do it. You do the math only in the good months, and that's dangerous because that's not reality. There's a separation between self-perception and reality. That's a really, really important key distinction to make. And so Seth Godin, I asked him, I go, you're a millionaire, okay, but you've had some booms and busts. How do you do it? How do you deal with the booms and busts? Because engineering and science, you're plodding along. Every now and then there's a spike or a trough, but for the most part, my gosh, it's quite linear a lot of the time. And he said, because I define myself as an entrepreneur. And an entrepreneur is a person who has a series of successes and failures. He goes, so when I fail, I'm just as much of an entrepreneur as when I succeed, as long as I learn something. It's like, oh, that's a really good way to look at it. He doesn't go, oh my gosh, if only I can start one more company that makes $1 million, I'm an entrepreneur. No, you're an entrepreneur right now. You're an engineer right now. You're a scientist right now. What did Thomas Edison say? I haven't failed. I've found 10,000 ways that don't work, right? So I think it's a really, really salient point.